What's up, everybody? It is Tuesday, February 9th, just before 4 a.m., and we're going to head over to the edge and hit some chest, calves, and abs. Alright, I'll see you guys over there.
Hey guys, so this is my chest workout from February. Starting out with warm-up flies, just because my shoulders are pretty bad, and I find that if I do flies first, it helps me get blood in there, and then I don't have to lift as heavy, and it warms my shoulders up pretty good. Started out with a couple warm-up sets of doing both arms, and then what I ended up jumping over to is doing single arm. I find that doing the single arm flies, I can hit the inner pec a little bit more, which has always been a really hard spot for me. And it also allows me to put my hand right on my pec so I can feel the contraction a little bit better to ensure that I'm contracting where I want to be contracting, just to get that mind-muscle connection. I believe I did 2 or 3 warm-up sets. I really like to do a lot of warm-up sets whenever I do shoulders, chest, or legs. Back not so much, or hamstrings or arms. I don't have to do that many, but definitely chest and shoulders. I like to do a lot of warm-up sets. And then I did 3 working sets, 10 to 15 each arm. Ended up going pretty heavy, for me at least. And then we ended up going into incline bench press with dumbbells, which I used a band for a little bit of extra resistance. Right here I'm doing a real light warm-up set just to get the shoulders all warmed up still. It's a new movement that I'm doing as compared to the flies, so I just want to make sure my body's ready for the increase in weight. I find that using the bands I get a constant tension, and allows me to use a little bit lighter weight than I would if I was just doing free dumbbells, which, since I have bad shoulders and bad elbows and bad joints, the least amount of weight that I can use and it's normally better for me. I did 2 working sets of 8 to 15, and then I did 1 working set where I went a little bit heavier. Then I ended up turning it into a drop set where I got rid of the band and dropped the weight just to really get the chest all pumped up. As you'll see me in a lot of videos, I like to do a lot of drop sets just to really get to failure on the muscles, especially since I don't have a spotter. It makes it a little bit easier and a little safer. I'm getting like a forced rep or 2 out, especially because when you do forced reps you end up involving a lot more muscles. And then we moved over to the flat bench hammer strength machine, which I absolutely love the feel of this machine. I was so happy to see that the edge had it when I was going through for the walkthrough. I just get a really good stretch and a really good feel. It doesn't agitate my shoulders, it doesn't agitate my elbows, which is always a plus. So I ended up doing 1 warm-up set. I always like to do at least one warm-up set when I go to a new movement. And then I did 2 working sets, and then on this set I decided I was going to do a drop set at the end. Once again, just to really fatigue the muscle, get everything out of it that I can. Just dropping the weights everywhere, whatever. It's a little after 4 in the morning, there's nobody there. I'm not going to hurt anybody. I wanted to get it done as fast as I possibly could. Didn't want to have too much time to rest. And we moved over to decline bench press, just to ensure that we hit every part of our pec. From this, I found I have a weird arch. When I come down, I need to come down a little bit higher, I think. So it's a good thing that I learned from this video. One thing that's nice about the decline is it doesn't bother my shoulders. Like when I do flat bench barbell or incline barbell especially, it ends up actually hurting my back and it hurts my shoulder. So it's one of the reasons why I do decline at the end. Decided I'd get a different angle of the shot here. From this, I think I could bring my hands in a little bit closer. It looks like they're just a little bit wide. Not too bad. I'm not flaring my elbows out, which is always good. I'm not moving my shoulders too much during the movement, so I'm keeping tension on the chest for the most part. At the end of every chest workout, I like to do some type of rear delt movement, just to, because I find that my pecs get really tight, my pec minors. So this helps just open everything up. I'll either do face pulls, I'll do rear delt flies, or I'll do reverse push-ups on a Smith machine or the TRX bands that they have, just as a preventative measure. And then I'll do a burnout set of push-ups to really make sure that I got everything out of the chest that I could possibly get. Like here, I didn't even complete 10 and I had to drop down to sissy push-ups, and even then I literally couldn't even do any more. And then since I already have blood in the triceps, I figured I'd throw in a couple sets of tricep pushdowns. Here I'm using a V-bar attachment, which is one of the more comfortable ones for me. I find that some of them bother my elbow quite a bit, so we're trying to avoid anything that bothers me and work with my body a little more nowadays instead of just going with what everybody else does, because it obviously doesn't work for me. And then we switched over to abs, did 4 sets of cable crunches. Seeing myself do them on video, I definitely noticed I could probably improve on the form, but it's really odd because I really feel it in my abs, especially once I hit around 21. It really starts to burn. I normally like to do 20 to 30 until I really can't do anymore. It's kind of hard though because the cable machines at the edge, for whatever reason, the weight feels a little bit lighter. So like right here I'm doing the stack, which I think is 195. I gotta bring over another weight next time and throw it in there just to increase the weight a bit. And then I went over to the standing calf machine just to start calves. What I forgot to film was I did medicine ball planks mixed with medicine ball twists for abs. And then I went over to the seated calf machine, which I really get a good feel from. I get a really good stretch from it, and then coming all the way forward, just get a really good contraction. I really like this machine. It's probably one of the best seated ones that I've used. It mimics a donkey calf machine pretty well, which is always good because those are one of the best calf exercises you can do. And then I finished up with a little bit of hamstring work and glute. As I said before, I'm trying to fix my pelvic tilt, so I find that doing this, I really target my glute, and yeah, we're slowly working on getting that pelvic tilt fixed. I did probably 3 sets of this until failure.